Hi everyone, I'm Claire and this is my vlog, Loves Red Sews. So welcome back if you are an existing subscriber and welcome if you are new. So today is my weekly sewing catch-up where I talk to you all about what I've been up to this week, what my plans are, and also to share any kind of sewing related stuff that I may have picked up this week. So I don't think this video this week is actually going to be too long, and that is purely because I don't have a ton of things to share with you today. So I have been up to a couple of things this week, I have sewn a couple of things, and I have some up and coming plans. So I'm just going to share those with you and we'll get straight into it. So first of all, I'll share what I'm wearing today. So this is a t-shirt that I made this week. It's another Tammy Handmade Naya Tee, which is my favourite t-shirt. You're probably getting a little bit bored of these t-shirts because I just love them, and I have made quite a few now. In fact, I have actually I've actually forgotten how many I've made, so I have made a few. I should really kind of tot it up really and work out exactly how many I've made. I don't think this will be the last either. It's kind of my go-to t-shirt pattern. It's a really simple, quick make. I actually made this one this week on Monday. In fact, it was Monday evening, so I'd kind of finished what I had planned to do on Monday. And it was too late in the evening to start a kind of a major project, but I wasn't quite ready to stop sewing, and I already had this t-shirt cut out because I took it with me to the sewing camp last week and I didn't get a chance to sew it up last weekend. So I thought, actually I'm just gonna have a go at sort of whipping that up, and it took me pretty much less than an hour, so it was already all cut out, as I said. And yeah, it didn't take me long at all to kind of get it all together. So I'll just stand up quickly just to show you what it looks like in full. So let's see if I just stand back. So it's just about at hip length on me, and this is a lovely cotton jersey that I picked up from Rachel, who is Rach Stitched Up, and this is from her destash, and I really love the colours in this, and obviously the kind of the jungle print. Yeah, I mean, it's got I love the kind of the greens and the blues, and I think they really suit me. So yeah, as I said, I just kind of whipped this up last Monday and thought I'd wear it today. So, and then the other thing that I got sewn up last weekend, well actually it was Monday, so after my vlog, after I recorded last week's vlog, which was slightly late because of the camp that I went to, and then I had the day off on Monday, so I actually wanted to do a little bit more sewing. I actually got my jacket finished, so I shared this jacket in last week's vlog, and this is the Sunny jacket by Tilly and the Buttons, which I'd made in this kind of denim kind of canvasy material, and the only thing I had left to do was the buttons. So I don't know if I try and bring this slightly closer so that you can see, hopefully you can see these, but I actually went with so these are kind of like speckled cream, brown and black, so they're not, I mean, they're kind of matching, the cream and the black matching, and they're a little bit different. I was kind of toying with whether to go plain black buttons, but I didn't actually have any plain black buttons in my stash, believe it or not. It's a bit of a strange thing really, because I think plain black buttons are probably something that you probably should have in your button stash, but I just didn't have any at all, so I would have had to buy some. And I had a look to see what buttons I did have, and these kind of jumped out because I thought they did actually go quite well, and I think quite a few people have said that they really like these buttons on this jacket. So yeah, I think they go quite well. So that jacket is fully finished now. I'm dying to wear it, but it's still a little bit too warm to wear it at the moment. So I took it out with me today. So I'm filming this on Saturday, and I have been out for the day today to visit my sister and my family, all at my sister's. So I kind of took it with me, and I was kind of hoping I'd be able to wear it, but it's just been a little bit too warm today to be able to do that. So I'm definitely going to be wearing it at the first opportunity, and as soon as the weather cools down slightly, it'll be perfect. So yeah, hopefully I'll get to, well, I mean, I say hopefully I'll get to wear that soon, but I obviously don't want the warmer weather to disappear either. So but yeah, I think maybe coming into slightly more autumnal weather, this will be perfect. We're actually going away for a week in the middle of September, just in the UK, and possibly might be able to wear it then if the weather is slightly cooler then, but we shall see. Anyway, so they are the two things that I have finished this week. So not too bad really, considering it's kind of less than a week since I last vlogged. I know they're fairly quick little things, finishing that and making the t-shirt, but it's still nice to get a couple of finished items under my belt. So that is what I've been doing this week. And then my plans for this week. So I have got a flare top cut out, and I did take that to the sewing camp with me last weekend, but again, that's another item that I didn't actually even get round to starting. So you may remember this fabric I picked up from Abercarn when I was in Manchester. This is actually one of the pattern pieces for the flare. I think this is one of the ruffle pieces, maybe for the back. Yeah, I think this might be the back ruffle, but it's really just to show you the fabric. So I have this cut out, and that is pretty much next up on my list to make. So I'm going to be doing that this week. But also as part of that, if you have seen some of my other vlogs, I am a part of the Busy Bees Sewing Challenge, which I have put a couple of vlogs out about already. So I've done an introduction, I've done a vlog all around the pattern challenge one, and the month of August is basically it's a refashion sort of challenge. So I have got a separate vlog out about that particular challenge, so I'm not going to go into loads of detail about it, but the deadline for that challenge is the 28th of August, so that is actually just about a week and a half. Yeah, I think it's about a week and a half that I've got left, and I haven't started my project yet. So I have actually decided that I'm going to basically transform some men's shirts into another garment, and I've decided I'm going to do another flare, because the idea is that you have a couple of kind of check shirts basically, and I think the flare would work really well for that because of the different pattern pieces, the two fronts, and obviously you've got the sleeves and then the peplum around the bottom, the ties, and I think you can kind of play around with the fabrics for that. So as I said, I've got a separate vlog all about that, but these are the shirts that I'm using. So I've got two checked shirts and also a kind of a coordinating one that kind of ties the both in together. And this week I have actually been removing all of the collars off of these. So as you can see, this shirt is now collarless. I have taken off all of the labels, so every shirt obviously had a label in it, and I have also removed all of the buttons as well. So there was buttons obviously all the way down. Each shirt had a spare one inside attached to the label, which I have removed, and also this one long sleeve had buttons on the cuffs. And yeah, so I did that, I think Friday evening. I just kind of sat there and took all of the bits and pieces off of them. So these shirts are pretty much ready to go now. And what I've been doing is I've been kind of laying out the pattern pieces on the shirts, and also utilising the line drawings of the pattern to kind of work out how I'm gonna sort of put all the colours together. So I've been playing around with lots of different ideas on, you know, which fabric I'm going to use on which part of the top. So I think, I mean, there's quite a few different options that I can go with, but I think I've pretty much decided, and I saw my mum today as well, and sort of kind of ran it past her as well to see what she thought. So she came up with a couple of ideas. So I think I'm pretty much decided what I'm going to do with that. And this afternoon I need to cut that out, and then I think what I'm going to do is actually sew the two flare tops up kind of at the same time in conjunction with each other. Obviously this one is red, and these have an element of that sort of colouring in as well, so I think I can probably get away with using the same thread for both. And I think my plan is to kind of sew, yeah, just kind of sew them both at the same time. And as I, you know, if I do like put the bodice pieces together on this one, I'll do the same on the other one, so I'll kind of be doing exactly the same thing on both. And I'll just be sewing two alongside each other. So I thought that was probably quite a good idea, and it will mean I'll get kind of two tops sewn up all at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty much my priority this week, because being that this challenge is kind of a week and a half away, I really need to get this garment sewn up. And then I will be doing a reveal vlog on Wednesday the 28th of August, where I will be revealing the finished garment. So if you're interested in that process and interested in the sort of challenge, then look out for that vlog coming out at the end of August. So yeah, that's kind of pretty much my plans this week. Now I don't really have any fabrics to share with you this week, which is unusual for me, I know. I obviously buy fabrics quite a lot and share quite a lot of fabrics. That's not to say I haven't bought any this week, so it's just that I don't actually have them here to share with you. So what I have purchased this week is I've bought two destash fabrics, and they are from Christine, who is the Gemini stitcher. So I've bought two of her destash fabrics, and then I've bought a couple of fabrics from First for Fabrics, which are actually plain fabrics, and they put, I think only yesterday they put a post up, and these are kind of they're kind of like cotton, linen look kind of cottons, and I think Ruan has made a Donny shirt in one of them, so I thought it might, they were actually selling them quite cheap, so I think they were like £5 a metre. So I've just bought a couple of meters of two different colours, and I thought just to sort of make up a couple of plain tops, possibly even the Donny shirt, or maybe another kind of blouse or shirt, possibly the patina or something like that. And I thought then if I've got a couple of plain tops, they will go with some of the other things that I make. You know, I sew a lot of patterned kind of fabrics, so to me, plain fabrics, it does feel a little bit boring sometimes sewing up plain fabrics, but I think also sometimes it's quite a necessity to sew them up. As much as I don't always want to, I think sometimes it's not a bad idea to have a couple of plain fabrics. So I think I'll be kind of sewing those up at some point. I will probably share those fabrics maybe in next week's vlog, because I would imagine I would have them here by now. I did have one other fabric that arrived this week, and unfortunately I don't have it here to hand. It's actually still wet. I washed it this morning and it's been on the airer drying. So I will probably share that one with you next week as well, but I do have a plan for that one, and it's one that I saw somebody else share, and then somebody actually sent the link to me as well and said, have you seen this? Because it's quite similar to the fabric that I have been looking for a Avenir jumpsuit, and So I decided to buy it. It was only from Pound Fabrics and it was relatively cheap, but it's really nice quality fabric. It's actually a viscose poplin, which I've not come across before. So I've come across like cotton poplins, which are more kind of for shirt making. This fabric is a viscose poplin, so it's got the drape of viscose, but it's just a little bit slightly more structured, I guess, than a normal viscose. But yeah, again, I will probably share that next week so that you can see that in a little bit more detail. But I did buy that one with a specific project in mind, so I will be I'll definitely be making the Avenir jumpsuit with that. And then really the only other thing I was going to kind of mention, so as you know, I obviously buy quite a lot of fabrics and share quite a lot of fabrics, and I again am starting to run out of room a little bit with some of the fabrics that I have in my stash. And so I kind of had another look, I've had another look through my fabrics to see if I can destash any more fabrics. So most of the fabrics that are in my stash I actually really love. There isn't a huge amount, I think, that I would want to destash, but I've tried to be a little bit ruthless and really tried to have a look at some of the fabrics and, you know, to kind of think, really, am I actually going to make that up into something? Now there's a few fabrics that I've kind of been hanging on to, and, you know, if push came to shove, I don't know if I would now, maybe when I first bought them, but now looking at them again, I'm not sure if I'm really going to make anything up in them. So yeah, what I will do is in the comments below I will put a link to my destash page, and I may possibly even do a separate vlog to show some of the fabrics, if that's something you're interested in. So let me know in the comments below if you would be interested in having a look at some of the fabrics that I have decided to destash. And if so, then I may do a separate vlog all about that, because I think sometimes when you just see a photo of a fabric on, you know, on Instagram, because I've got my destash page is on Instagram, so normally I would just upload a photo of it, and I think sometimes you can't always get a good idea or a good feel for how the fabric is going to look, how it's going to drape. So I was thinking that if it's something that you'd be interested in, that I might do a separate vlog just to talk about some of the fabrics that I'm destashing, and maybe kind of hold them up, show you how they look, how they kind of drape and stuff. So if that is something you are interested in, then please leave me a comment below and let me know. And if so, then I will possibly look to do a separate vlog on that, just for the destash fabrics. And then obviously if that's something you're particularly interested in looking at, and then if you're not, you don't have to kind of watch that particular vlog. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. So yeah, I don't really have much more else to kind of talk about today, if I'm honest. So it's going to be quite a quick little vlog today, so I hope that's okay with you. And obviously I will be back again next Sunday, and hopefully I will have a couple finished items to share with you. I think that is pretty much it for today, so I will sign off here and say goodbye, and I hope you have a really good week and get some good sewing in, and I shall catch up with you again next weekend. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Thanks, bye.